We are live. Welcome to the first of two Monday night podcasts. This is Velocity Mixed Martial Arts.
Yeah.
Episode 7, the trio. It's just us. Normally we have a guest and we're going to keep trying to keep that vibe going. But schedules just didn't line up this week for the guests that we want down the road. So it's just us. And
Conor McGregor had a busy week.
He really wanted to be here. We couldn't, and that's okay.
We were actually too busy for him, was the thing.
Yeah, he really just wanted to do it. And we're like, dude, we can't fit you in.
We can't fit you in.
Sorry, man.
I know you want to pay us $1 million each to be on our show, but dude,
you gotta go up. The number needs to go up.
He even went up to $3 million, and we were just like, man, we're just too busy. It just sucks.
Upset.
So it's I think it's a fairly short mixed martial arts episode this week. It's kind of UFC fight card last week to talk about.
Yeah.
And
we gotta talk about last night's fucker.
Boxing match to talk about. But first and foremost, I'm your host, Kyle Leonard. Each and every Monday, we talk about fight news from last week and make predictions for next week. Follow us on Facebook.com, on Twitch at Velocity Entertainment /360, or on YouTube at the same link. And we're on podcast services all over the place as well. Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Alongside me, I have my faithful co-hosts, Tanner Thug Nasty Outs, and the Matador.
Can't believe I just yawned and flexed.
Michael
I yawned and flexed out.
I'm not going to stop with the Matador until it sticks. It's going to stick.
Technically, I didn't give myself that nickname, so it's a real nickname.
And every time you say it, I'm going to go,
See, my thing is, if you gave yourself the nickname, other people need to accept it. I didn't give myself that nickname, so I accept it.
I didn't come up with Thug Nasty, that's for sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
That one stuck hard.
That one stuck hard.
Last week we didn't do an episode because we just flat out couldn't find a guest for the same problem, scheduling conflicts. So we just didn't do the episode last week, meaning we didn't get picks for the Rosenstruck versus Sakai fight. But we're still going to talk about it all the same. So
I'm actually going to pull that up right now.
And it wasn't an extremely exciting card. There was some good stuff, but it was a little lackluster as far as the matchups went.
But there was finishes, and we like
finishes.
We like finishes.
Yeah. First fight on the main card, Montana De La Rosa finish, KO.
So that was actually... Montana De La Rosa
watched the last 3 fights, so...
Little known fact, Montana De La Rosa and her husband are both in the UFC. Actually, the husband might be relegated to like prelim husband and wife both in the UFC. She might be on her way to gain higher ranked. She's kind of back and forth. She like wins, loses.
I always wondering because there's multiple couples that have been in the UFC together, and I'm always wondering the one that's like way up here and the one's down there. It's like
Well, to be fair, there's less women in the UFC, so it's easier to get a higher rank by winning a couple times.
Well, it's also like Amanda Nunes and her wife. Like her wife is like number 8 at 115, and she's obviously like the goat of the rest of the weight classes.
You mean of all women of all time?
Women of all time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Also, that's not being me. I love Nina. Nina's a gangster. She's the best. And
yeah.
If you ever get kicked by her, you'll never forget it.
You'll never forget it.
Ever.
Have you been kicked by her? Weird. I had never heard that before.
Hey, tell us about Aragorn's toe. No,
tell us about Aragorn's toe.
Yeah, in the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, when he kicks the helmet, he actually breaks his toe. So, you should have been here. I don't want to get sidetracked. We'll talk about it in the next podcast.
It's all right.
For the Pirates one, but it's...
Well, I listened to I went back and listened to it.
Oh, good. It was a fun episode. So.
Yeah, it was fun.
Gregory Rodriguez and, Dusko Todorovic?
Don't know much about either.
That was a decision, so I imagine it's... They're what? They're middleweights?
I think I might want you to be... You pronounce these names a lot better than...
Wait a minute. Was this the fight that people were... Okay, so I follow a page, and they said one of the fights of this night was, like, the best fight they've ever seen. Maybe that was the one? I don't know.
I only watched highlights, and I don't remember... I don't remember any of them really sticking out to me, honestly.
I had to catch the last 3.
It was probably a preliminary card fight that they were talking about.
Fair.
Speaking of which, the only thing worth talking about on the preliminary card, Latifi got a really boring win versus Bowser, which are 2 high-profile heavyweights that are now on the undercard. Don't know why.
Tanner Bowser was on a tear there for a bit.
He was.
Yeah.
Was. No, Latifi just fatty boy sat on top of him and...
I think we all knew when Latifi came out from 205, we knew what his game plan was.
His game plan's not changing.
Next we had Miguel Baeza and Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Oh, that's your guy that you.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's fine. And he won. I mean, decision. But he did win.
I think
He did win.
He did win.
He did win.
But whatever his injury was it a neck injury? He just hasn't been the same.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, his record's insane. What is he? 27-3. He has just an insane record. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Whenever I hear 27-3 or like 31-5, I'm just like, yeah, but you didn't get to the UFC till you were 36-3.
That's why I'll never consider Khabib the GOAT. He's amazing. I put him in the top 5 of all time. But like the strength of his record is.
Well, it's the same way with Fedor. It's like 20 of Fedor's wins came during Pride Grand Prix, and it's like these are heavyweight Grand Prix where you're fighting dudes that are 185 because like Vanderlei and Hendo and all these guys at 185 are coming up to fight in this heavyweight Grand Prix for the money, and he's beating guys like that when he's like the heavyweight dude at the time, you know?
Right.
Also, there's a lot of evidence that some of those fights were fixed. What?
We'll save that for another episode.
We'll save that for a whole nother episode.
All right. Next we have Loreno Strupoli. I'm gonna say that's right, and then Roman Dolidze.
Don't know much about either of these guys either. Did watch this fight. It was decent.
Another decision.
Yeah.
Co-main, of course, Walt Harris losing
again. Why is he still on main cards?
However, I'm going to say that was the most exciting of the 3 fights that I liked because he did rock him, and I thought he was going to finish him.
Every fight, Walt Harris rocks his opponent.
He rocked
Same
Overeem and
Same. I have not had a fight ever where I haven't rocked person and then I lose. Like, how does this happen?
You get tunnel vision. You see him wobble, and you want that finish. You're headhunting, and we've talked about it in training before. How we kind of want to widen that tunnel vision out so that you can control them when they're on the ground.
I actually figured it out. I know what happens now. Is I hit somebody and they wobble, and it gives me a boner, and all my brain blood goes to my boner, and I stop thinking.
And then real quick, we had Rosenstruck. I don't like his first name. And Augusto Sakai.
Jairzinho.
Try. You did better than I did.
I heard him say it 30 times.
Are we about to skip over the fact that Tanner said he likes wobbly house? So he goes out and roofies people? No,
I never skip over that.
Never skip over that.
We talk about that on a weekly basis.
So I like wobbling people with these hands.
With these hands.
And don't forget, Mike, these hands are rated E for everybody.
Rated E for
Little known fact about your boy. I'll fight anyone.
He fought Tyson the other day.
I did. And I won.
All right.
Not Mike Tyson, but
so we want to talk about the circus, I imagine.
It was, I mean...
So we had 2 really good fights.
We did.
Really, really good fights. And then 2 exhibition, kind of circus fights.
Yeah.
Ocho Cinco versus an actual bare-knuckle veteran.
Yeah.
I think he did well. I mean, it looked like he was kind of controlling the first couple of rounds, and then towards the end, just kind of fell off, and then he got dropped.
Got the drop.
Right.
But overall, good.
But if it's 2 rounds to 2, well, then again, technically, he would still lose the fight because doesn't a knockdown, isn't that a huge deal in boxing?
It's not a huge deal, but it automatically is a 10-8 round. If you get a knockdown, it's automatic 10-8. If you get knocked down twice, it's 10-7.
Well, let's just call it a draw for posterity's sake.
Well, I mean, they have to call it a draw because it's an exhibition. Kyle had it scored where you had him winning, right?
I didn't have... The first 2 rounds, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I had it, too. So I had him win the first 2. The other guy won the last 2. It could have been a draw, but since he got dropped, other dude take majority decision, basically.
Yeah. But good for Chad, because he's, what is he, 45? What is he now?
Yeah, 45. Yeah.
45. Good for him.
Well, I thought it was just funny because I'm like, this boxing thing, it's probably just like a money grab. And then they started talking about, he did professional bull riding, and he joined a, professional soccer team, and was actually successful on the soccer team.
Wait, Chad? I was just saying.
Yeah, so he's basically, I have this bucket list of things I'm doing, and boxing is one of them. So.
I'm pretty sure he joined, a Mexican football league, like a Mexican-American football league. You know what I'm saying?
That wouldn't surprise.
He joined something.
They were just pulling up highlights of all the crazy things he's done since he's left the NFL and talking about his bucket list, and I'm like, I'm with it, dude. I'm all for it.
I saw a meme about that. Well, it had to do with Snoop Dogg. It says Snoop Dogg is like the guy who already beat the main quest, so now he's beating the side.
I've seen that one. I love that one.
That's what Chad Ochocinco's doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm already gonna retire one of the goats of rap, so why don't I just have a cooking show with Martha Stewart and what is he? He commentated on Dana White's Contender Series for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But
O'Malley.
First of all, the first of the real fights, insane. I thought it was really good from the little I saw.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. Was it?
I can't remember the dude's name.
I can't forget.
It was Arias. Luis Arias versus can't remember the other
I
guy.
wish that's better for the boxing.
They were saying the other guy came in at like 190 pounds and it was supposed to be a 153 pound fight. And I was like, geez. And then they were like,
Ward or something, wasn't it? Ward?
I think so, yeah. But it was just, they were really dogging on the dude, and I'm like, damn, like I'm glad he can't hear this, because they were like, you know, he had problems making weight because of COVID and then the death of his father. And I'm like, okay, understandable. And then he goes, and then somebody came out here as trainer and just said, no, dog, you need to stop eating. And I'm like, did they just say that about him as he's walking out right now? I was like, they just like burned this dude.
Just burned.
Both of these fighters are dealing with legal custody battles with their exes.
So unnecessary.
Bro!
You know what would have been the best is if, because they're in the middle of the fight, obviously, and like this is at the time when there's no commentary, like no crowd. So these both dealing with child custody battles. If they both stopped fighting and just looked over there and went, dude, what the like, stop. Easy before we climb over this fence right now.
Easy. If I would have seen that live, I would have laughed so hard.
So we had the co-main event, which was
Badu
Jack, and a guy who did not want to be in that ring at all.
Kind of a slaughter a little bit, I'd say.
Hey, I called it from the beginning. It's those white socks he had.
Yeah, he's fighting a 15-0 Venezuelan fighter who I thought.
If you wear black shoes and extra long white old man socks, you probably shouldn't be in the boxing ring.
Bothers me about the belly button shorts too. It's like,
shorts pull up those nipples.
Below the belt.
Bothers me. I get it's a tactic.
Yeah,
but people have done it for years, but like usually it's not that high. Like I get it. Like right above the belly button is usually where all boxers wear their shorts. Right. His were just like a little higher. Like, I'm surprised he didn't have a wedgie the whole fight.
Yeah, That's probably why he wanted to get out of there.
Like, I wonder if everybody in the world can see my wedgie right now, but I'm not pulling my shorts down.
I like how they were trying to ask him about his strategy. He's like, dude, I'm just a better boxer. I don't know what you want me to say.
Best post fighter. Well, as you can tell, I was just way better than him.
Here we go. We got our Russian guys in Twitch. Want to be famous?
Dude, yes,
of course we want to be famous. Yeah.
Also, hit up Hasbullah for us. We would like to get him on the show.
Best guess ever.
His voice is super annoying. I don't know if
all right, so next weekend, we got a huge card. Big card. And we definitely have to make picks on this one.
Well, we just skipped over the Logan Paul, which I don't even
want to talk about. We did.
I was like, how you guys
forgot? I'm like, are we there yet? No.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw the news today. Logan Paul's brother came out immediately last night and said, yo, my brother won that fight.
Excuse me?
And I was just like,
wrong.
Oof.
Wrong.
Bro, it's cool to be supportive of your brother, and I understand being a biased judge of a fight, but where?
Well, I saw videos on TikTok and stuff all day today about like, Logan Paul went ham at the end of the verse when he's like,
and terrible. If I'm being completely honest, the way because he did wobble him. And he was, why did you try to finish like that, dude? Like,
dude, ridiculous.
In MMA, I get a finish like that. But in boxing, you're not going to get a finish like that, dude. You got to be smarter.
No.
Well, he's an idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's got fans.
There was a very solid, I think it was in the third or fourth round, there was a really solid straight jab and like overhand that came over top of Floyd's shoulder that he rocked him with. And I was like, okay. Yeah. But honestly, in total, what was it, 20 punches he landed in 8 rounds?
Yeah.
So,
overall.
Floyd was around 40, so Floyd landed about twice as much.
Yeah.
So
overall, it was Floyd being Floyd.
Yeah.
Backing away, covering himself. Like he said last night.
He's in the corner dancing between rounds. Like, yeah, I'm not tired. We're just going to get through this. It'll be easy. Collect my millions.
Collect my millions.
Yeah, he's almost 50. There's no reason to be going out there trying to...
I thought he was 46. He's only 44.
Trying to go to war.
Still really old. But, no. I would say... I don't know, because I'm between camps, because I'm like, are you embarrassed that you didn't beat a guy who's 44 years old?
You should be. That was a loss for Mayweather, no matter what he would say. It was a loss. The fact that you couldn't finish somebody who's 0-1 in 8 rounds.
No, but there's another side of the coin where it's like you're 26 and you couldn't beat a 44-year-old who. What up? Ooh, I just hit my mic.
It's not as noticeable as you'd think once we get to the audio, honestly.
Yeah. But like there is another side of the coin where it's like Logan Paul, you're 26, this guy's 44, and he's half your size, and you still lost to him basically. So there's another side of the coin where props to Floyd for taking on a guy way bigger than him, way younger.
I would imagine Logan was 200-ish.
Probably more. Probably 205.
If he weighed in at 189, I don't see him putting on 15 pounds.
Some fighters do.
I know some, but he's not. I mean, he's not.
No,
he's not an MMA guy, and I know he's not putting on weight like that.
Right.
All right, we'll say 200.
Right about 200. 10, 11 pounds, that's reasonable.
But that still means he's about 50 pounds bigger than Floyd 20 years younger almost.
Big facts.
And so there's two sides of the coin. It's like, I thought it was an even matchup, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, yeah. Honestly, it's
somewhat.
Somewhat.
He said it in a post-fight interview how much of it was Floyd playing with his food and how much of it was serious.
It probably was Floyd playing with it. And they kept saying Floyd's being smart in his older age. He doesn't want to take a lot of shots.
Well, yeah, he could go out there and he could go to war, and I bet it wouldn't go well for Logan Paul.
No,
I bet it wouldn't.
Well, that was the thing too. It seemed like the more he started going off and teeing off and landing, he would break off and kind of just move around. I'm like, keep going. You were just landing. Like
that's the thing. I think he was just kind of letting.
He probably thought it was an actual sparring session.
Well,
that's probably how he was.
I mean, everybody was posting this video today, and it looked like he KO'd Logan, and then like Logan landed on him, he carried him, so he was like let him recover, and then like pushed him off.
No.
And I was like, the more I watched it, I was like, I don't really think he knocked him out, or like why.
I mean, it is what it is. You'd notice every time Logan like got a good hit on Floyd, he'd turn around and immediately get a good combo, and then boom, boom.
Yeah.
Just to be like, yeah, well, don't hit me that hard or that hard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much of it is actually, Floyd playing around and having fun?
Well, the thing, too, is
how much of it is him?
If you think about it, these guys sat down with their lawyers. They made these contracts, right?
Right.
And the contract said there's not going to be a winner. It's going to be a draw no matter what. At that point...
Yeah, why am I going out there trying to split my face open?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, Logan gets some good shots in, make people think he's a better boxer than he possibly is.
Yeah.
Floyd, go out there, look like Floyd, make a miss. 8 rounds, everybody gets paid. Ham sandwich.
Right.
I'm just really glad we didn't allegedly pay for this. Allegedly.
I'll say allegedly. I just saw it, and I had to refresh it a few times, but whatever.
Allegedly. All right, let's move on to some fights that do have consequences.
Yay!
Yeah. Actual fights.
What is it? UFC
263.
263 is coming up next weekend. This weekend, Saturday, baby.
I'm gonna get that poster too, and we're gonna put it right behind you.
Yeah, baby. Let's do it. Anyway,
this is probably one of the most stacked cards this year. Probably.
Yeah.
So
far. This has got potential to be fight card of the year for our awards at the end of the year.
For awards, yeah. I was gonna say this. That Poirier McGregor 3 is looking.
It's looking really nasty too.
Oh wait. Oh, I should go.
That's only a few weeks away too. So.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
that's
now
in July 11th. I think.
Yeah.
Well, now you're making me go look at what that is.
Well, why don't you just wait?
Why don't you just wait?
How about that?
Do it at the end. All right. Let's start this off here. We got Paul Craig and Jamala Hill.
Yep.
We're gonna do a couple of the prelims too, though.
There are some sick.
Oh, fair enough.
So yeah, like at least
Let me get those up.
Yeah, the top 3, like Lauren Murphy, Joanne Calderwood, Eric Anders, Darren Stewart, and Drew Dober, Brad Riddell. We don't have to do the. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all gonna pick most far Evlov.
Big.
Yeah, let's just all pick Evlov and
14-0, all decisions, all wrestling wins.
Yeah.
Going up against an African striker. Sounds about right.
Sounds about how that one's gonna go.
So you want to go down as far as Lauren Murphy?
Yeah. Well, we got the Scottish.
That's what I mean, Joanne Calderwood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Man.
I'm just saying, are we going to do Dawadu as well, or do you want to...
I'm assuming we're all going to pick Mosar Evlov after talking about it.
Yeah, we just talked about how everyone's afraid to fight this Evlov guy.
Is it people... because that's how Khabib was when he came to the UFC. The first fight he had in the UFC was against Gleison Tibau, and Tibau had 18 actual UFC bouts.
Yeah.
And Khabib made his debut because nobody else wanted to fight.
No, everyone's like, no, thank you.
Basically.
All right, so all of us from Mavzar.
So for prelims, let's just make picks and then make.
Yeah, we don't need to do.
Then we'll do round in time for them.
That works for me. So all of us on what's his name?
I'm gonna go for Calderwood for the next one. I like her as a fighter. I know I make fun of her accent. Love her as a fighter.
I hate you.
Her accent's thick.
I like Lauren Murphy for this one.
I like Lauren Murphy too. I'm gonna go Lauren Murphy.
Fine. You guys hate
Scotland. We're doing this to spite you.
You hate Scotland.
We do hate Scotland. And Braveheart was alive.
Darren Stewart and Eric Anders.
Gotta go Eric Anders.
It's hard to go against Eric Anders.
He's just such a good athlete because he played college football.
Did he play for Alabama?
I don't remember, but I know
it was a good school. It was a good school.
I know he.
And then our boy Drew Dober.
I'm going for Drew.
I gotta go for Drew Dober.
Yep, same here, man. We're all looking. There's only one fight that's gonna.
You're right. He didn't play for Alabama.
It's gonna give anybody any points.
Nice.
All right, main card. Now we'll get into the thick of it.
This first fight is one of the ones I'm most interested in. Gotta go. Isn't it Jonah Hill? Isn't his first name Jonah? Oh,
Jamal.
Jamal, sorry.
Did you say Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill.
This ain't super bad, bro.
Jonah Hill.
This ain't super bad.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing
TKM order, just to keep it easy. So
yeah.
I got you. Take a peek here again.
I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah, dude, I gotta go Jamal Hill. This is the dude that.
Yes.
That's
what I'm saying.
He's
well, first of all,
what was his nickname? Something about go to sleep.
But this is.
Is it NyQuil, right?
No, it was.
That'd be funny.
Something about making people go to sleep. I don't remember.
That's what Colby Covington called Tyron Woodley. He called him TyQuil Woodley.
Yeah.
Because he's so boring to watch.
So we all going for Hill then?
Yes, but
sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
I will say this is his toughest opponent yet.
It is, Paul.
So how do you got it going, Tanner?
I'm actually gonna go really bold here, and I'm gonna go first round KO.
That's not bold.
That's what he did with his last opponent, and I feel like that onslaught he's gonna bring on in the first round might be a little tough.
I might have to go because this is his hardest opponent by far. So I'm gonna have to go second round KO.
Yeah, I'm gonna go second too.
Well,
otherwise, I'd go first if it weren't Paul Craig.
Yeah, it is Paul Craig.
It is Paul Craig.
At least it's not Paul Harris.
Paul Harris. This next one's interesting. Bilal Muhammad versus Damian Maia. Because Damian Maia, father time is catching up to him.
Definitely. He's also, his 16th MMA, or his 16th UFC bout was against Anderson Silva, and he's had 15 since then.
Wait, is this his retirement fight?
Could be.
Maybe. I gotta go Muhammad on this one. He's on a tear right now.
So I might go Muhammad just because I think this is Damian Maia's retirement fight, and nobody takes the retirement fight that seriously. Some people do, but some people
what do you got?
I'm gonna go Muhammad, and I'm gonna go with a second round TKO.
Okay.
On the ground with punches, most likely.
And Mike?
I'm gonna go Bilal Muhammad decision. I don't think he finishes Damian Maia, but
I'm actually gonna. I hate to always side with Mike here, but I'm gonna say the exact same thing. Decision.
I think the pressure on the feet's gonna be too much for Damian Maia, and he's gonna crumble second round.
Most people don't know Damian Maia beat Ben Askren in Ben Askren's retirement.
Most people don't know shit about boxing.
Most people think they know shit about boxing too. That's the thing.
Most people don't know shit about
Logan Paul was tearing him up.
Logan Paul was
Look at him, he was throwing the bombs.
He
was
won
throwing
that
the bombs.
Fight. He won that fight.
Nate Diaz and Leon Edwards, boys.
Ooh, we're getting to the final.
This one's easy for me.
Leon Edwards
decision.
This is easy for me.
I don't think he finishes.
Actually, you're probably right. It's hard to finish.
The thing is, I think he does. Dude.
You think he finished?
Look at how much damage he's been taking in every single fight he's had.
But who's ever finished Nate Diaz?
No, Josh Thompson with a head kick.
Barely anybody.
I think that's the only finish.
Josh Thompson head kicked him and KO'd him.
We're not going to count Jorge Masvidal because that was a doctor stoppage.
Right.
But let's be real. That was a 5-round fight, and if that was a second round, he was not going to make it to the 5.
I don't know.
I think. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go.
Well, I'm going to go Leon Edwards. I'm going to say decision. Oh, sorry. He goes first.
No, he
goes first.
This is also, you guys remember, this is, even though it's not a main event, it's still a 5-round fight.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is the first
time they've ever done that. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I want to say third, but I'm gonna go fourth round. Fourth round TKO. Yeah, Edwards.
That's the only thing is I think it's so hard to finish him. That's why
But you guys gotta think about it. If he's just gonna be taking damage, how long before he's gonna end up looking like Tony Ferguson by round 3 or 4? Somebody's gonna step in.
I'm still going. Going Leon Edwards decision.
You go decision if you want.
You be a puss.
I mean, how do we want to handle doctor stoppage?
That's you. We said we cut that as a TKO.
Okay.
Because
fair. That's all I was just wondering now before we get into it next week.
Good that we got that out of the way though.
Yeah.
Oh man, Figueiredo and Moreno. This was an explosive fight.
This is so good. This is so good.
I gotta say Figueiredo. I hate to say it, but
hold on. Can we do this? If Figueiredo misses weight, he wins. If he makes weight, he loses. Can I do that? Can I do that?
I was about to say, if he misses weight, I feel like that shouldn't even. My pick shouldn't.
I'm gonna go Figueiredo, and I'm gonna go third round KO. I think Moreno had his day that last time, and I think Figueiredo.
Well, and what did he say? He was up all night in the hospital, or something for that fight.
Yeah. So I'm actually, but a lot of people would not know that Brandon Moreno is actually the more experienced fighter. He's had more fights, but. I'm gonna have to go Figueiredo. I'm gonna be bold here. First round KO.
I'm going third round KO.
The reason I'm going bold is because I think Figueiredo has something to prove. He's gonna come out like hot and heavy.
He does have something to prove after that, dude. Like, this dude's like an Ultimate Fighter winner who hasn't fought a whole bunch of people in the UFC, and they just threw him into a title fight, and then he did that to him. So,
but he is the more experienced fighter. Brandon Moreno is. So I mean, he's not. We're getting to
the thick of it, boys.
Oh, don't make me pick this
main card, baby.
Here we
Marvin
go.
Vettori versus Israel Adesanya.
Here we go.
5-round title fight.
Don't make me pick
this. Here we go. I think. Well, it's Tanner first, but
I'm gonna go Vettori and I'm gonna go decision because I feel like his whole game plan is to go in there and wrestle fucking like Jan did.
Yeah, he's gonna do exactly what Jan did.
It's smart, dude.
It is smart.
I mean, he's also like the biggest middleweight I've seen. So
yeah,
he probably is Jan's size.
I've always said, besides Paulo Costa, he's the strongest middleweight maybe of all time. Like,
possibly.
Like Marvin Vettori's, nobody can get away from him.
Yeah, that's true.
Once he gets you on the ground.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
All right, you said what?
Vettori decision.
The reason I'm gonna say Vettori decision is because a lot of people think Vettori won the first fight by decision that they had.
Some people. I actually, after like looking at it, I'm like, I don't think he won, but I don't think he definitely gave him the best run for his money so far.
I think Izzy won too, but it is he, like you said, definitely gave him the best run for his money in middleweight. That was the closest fight he's ever had, besides the one where he lost.
You're saying decision too?
Decision, Vettori.
Fair enough. I'm saying Adesanya decision.
All right.
I don't think Vittori's going to do the champion tiebreaker. So.
Probably not, but I have to go with my heart. I gotta go with my heart.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I think if Adesanya wins, I think he KOs him this time now because two more. If you look at that last fight though, and that fight would have went 5 rounds, Vettori would have won.
Yeah.
But you look at this one now, it's like if Adesanya wins, I think he knows he needs to finish him because the more tired he gets, the more he's gonna get taken down. So we'll see.
Another fun fact: we've never had an Italian champ.
Ever. The Italian dream.
Italian dream.
All right, boys. Closing thoughts.
Nothing much. I think we have an exciting week of fights ahead of us. Really,
we do. Maybe we can try live streaming these ones, like reactions, not the fights. It's pay per view, so we obviously can't show the fights. But maybe we can set up a camera and live stream our fight reactions. That'd be fun.
And us just demolishing.
Who did we have on this podcast that wanted to come over? Was that Tubby?
For which one?
For live reactions,
Tubby was definitely about it. I say we should invite all of our former guests for this weekend.
Yeah, there we go.
Make a bunch of
the Avengers of Velocity Entertainment.
Yeah. And whoever eats the most wings wins another prize.
Smoke like 200 wings, however many we can fit.
I was gonna say, but how many do you guys want? If I smoke 200 wings, that's for me. All right, guys, that's Velocity Mixed Martial Arts for this week. Tune in here right after this one for our nerd video game and movie podcast. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week. Hopefully our schedules line up and we can get our guests lined up for next Monday. Should be fun. Remember, you can go to Facebook, search Velocity Entertainment. That's where you can find all 3 of the podcasts right now. And you can also find us on podcast services everywhere. Go to twitch.com or twitch.tv/Velocity Entertainment. Find us there. I live stream video games. We live stream the podcast every week. A lot of content. So if you like our faces, find more of them.
Yeah, do that.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.